Look at this black man that's right behind me. This black man's name is Trevonte Jamal Shubert-Helton, 29 years old. They're investigating his demise or deletion. They are categorizing him as a hiker found, and they found his body, 29-year-old, in the Swallow Creek Wildlife Management area on February the 21st. Now, after the hiker, who is his name, Trevonte, 29-year-old black man, the hiker reported the discovery to the town's county sheriff's office that afternoon. Now, local authorities, as well as the Georgia Natural Department of Resources, called in the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to assist in the investigation. Now, in a press release, GBI investigators stated that Shubert, or Trevonte, this black man right behind me, death appears to be an isolated incident based on a preliminary investigation. State authorities also said that Trevonte was by himself at the wildlife management area. Now, I want you to listen to this release, this statement that was put out on February the 22nd of 2024. If you're black, you definitely want to hear this. At the request of the town's county sheriff's office and the Georgia Department of Natural Resources, GBI agents are investigating the death of Trevonte, age 29, of Salty Nakuchi, Georgia. Now, the investigation shows that Trevonte was discovered by a hiker at the Swallow Creek Wildlife Management Area during the afternoon hours of February the 21st, 2024. The hiker contacted Towns County 911 to alert authorities about his deletion. The preliminary investigation indicates this deletion is an isolated incident, and Trevonte was by himself at the WMA. Trevonte will be taken to the GBI medical examiner's office where an autopsy will be performed. This investigation is active and is ongoing. Now, a GBI spokesperson by the name of Kimberly Williams told Atlanta Black Star that state authorities were requested to investigate Trevonte's deletion since his body was found on state property. Now, Trevonte stated no additional information was available to release at this time, but said the autopsy report is pending completion. Now, authorities say that Trevonte was from Salty Natahuchi, which is situated right outside Helen and about 20 miles south of Towns County in Georgia, or North Georgia. The Swallow Wildlife Management Area is a 19,000-acre property located in the Chattahoochee Oconee National Forest. Visitors there are known to hike, camp, fish, and hunt on the property. The investigation remains ongoing. There is something about this that does not sound right. There is something about this situation that does not sound right. Now, I want to go a little bit deeper into this situation. Now, I want you to know something. Trevonte, this black man right behind me, the reason why I wanted to talk about this story, because he was in Georgia. Now, this black man was found hanging from a tree. Listen to what I'm telling you. This black man right here, right behind me, Trevonte, was found hanging from a tree. He was found lynched from a tree. Now, Reports, the Fox 5 Atlanta News reports that deputies were called to the scene at High Shoals Falls near Swallow Creek Wildlife Management Area around 2 p.m. to remove the body. He was found hanging from a tree in 2024. Now, where's the outrage from this situation? This is what Al would say from Fox O. Where's the outrage from the NAACP? Where's the outrage more from Black organizations? This is happening in Georgia, where a Black man was found hanging from a tree in 2024 during Black History Month. But it's not just about Black History Month. This is about how in the world individuals feel like they had the audacity to take this man's life, and not only is the fashion that they took his life from him. This is a modern day Jim Crow lynching. And hardly anybody is talking about this situation. I am disgusted about the situation. My prayers are with the family of Trevonte, and I hope they catch the individual or individuals, because I believe it's more than just one person. This is more than just one person. This goes deep. This was, I feel, deliberate, and this was a call to action to make an example out of Trevonte Jamal Shubert-Helton, who was only 29 years old. Now, this incident sparked plenty of responses on social media, especially on Twitter. There are people that are saying Black people are still being lynched to this day, and y'all want us to forget about our Black history. Someone else said this was absolutely a hate crime. They went on to say that North Georgia is incredibly racist, especially in the Salty Nakuchi area. Now, listen to this. Back in January, the Georgia city of Statesboro held a marker ceremony that memorialized 9 men who were lynched in Bullock County, which is a few hours south of Shubert-Helton's hometown. Now, this is what the Statesboro Bullock Remembrance Coalition co-chair Chris Kaplinger said. We live in a world shaped by the violence and terror of the late 19th and early 20th century. He is a history professor at Georgia Southern University. Memorializing the victims of racial violence is a first step toward building a more inclusive community. But you know what my first step? My first step is finding the people that is behind us and pressing charges to the fullest extent where they'll never see the light of day. That is my first step. Finding out who did this. We need to find out immediately who did this. With all of the state technology that we have and everything that we have with resources, they should be able to find some DNA or some type of evidence to be able to link back to the people that did this to Trevonte, and justice needs to be served immediately, swiftly. with no hesitation. Now, the coalition co-chair, Adrian McCollar, said that we are building coalition in our community around racial justice. I am proud of the steps that we have taken together to heal old wounds. This work is hard because it forces us to look back on some of the most tragic times in our shared history, but it's work worth doing. The installation of the marker with unanimous support from the City of Statesboro Council shows that we are moving our city forward together. Let me tell you something. I know you have to start somewhere, but we are nowhere near there. Not when you have Trevonte that was found hanging from a tree this month in 2024. That's not moving forward. We still have racial mentality that people dislike us because of the color of our skin. People don't want to hear about it, but let me tell you something. You better wake up. You better wake up. You better be mindful of your surroundings. You better be mindful who's around you. You better be mindful because let me tell you something. They are alive and they are woke just as well as we as Black people should be woke. They are woke too, and they want to continue to strike fear into our hearts and into our mind, that old Jim Crow mentality. As my dear friend Joe Madison, the Black Eagle used to say, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to call your state officials? Are you going to complain? Are you going to try to say that we need to find solutions? We need to find out who is behind this situation. And we're going to keep calling your state officials. We're going to keep going wherever we need to go until somebody hears us. We need to make a national outrage because this is no longer acceptable. It wasn't acceptable at any point in any year of our history. And we are not about to relive this in 2024. We are in 2024 and we still have Black people being lynched from a tree. Make it make sense. It doesn't. If you're from this area, let me know in the comment section. Even if you're not from this area, let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about this situation of Trevonte found hanging from a tree and it's under investigation? If you're from this area, let me know, what are you going to do about it? What is your call to action steps to bring awareness and to create a solution of protection for y'all Black people down there? Y'all already know my motto. Keep your head on the swivel. Watch your surroundings, because there are people out here that are miserable. There are people out here that still living in hate because of one's color of their skin. Y'all go ahead and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Royal Figures. You can go ahead and follow me also on TikTok. I'm over there as well. Let me know how you feel about the deletion, the passing away of a young 29-year-old Black man, Trevonte. And his name is Trevonte Jamal Shubert-Helton. Let me say his name again. 29-year-old Black man who was found hanging from a tree in a wildlife area where they do hiking and fishing and hunting. Trevonte Jamal Shubert-Helton. Be safe out there.